Here we have our first question is actually, it says, I have a Spanish-speaking prospect. Where do I find videos in Spanish?
Okay, the best way is, and Alex, you're on your side. I don't know if on the internet, you can go to your personal site, and this is your name, isagenix.com. And then when you go there, Alex is going to his good move isagenix.com, and you're going to see different flags. You click on the Spanish flag if the person is in the U.S. And you see you have United States, Canada, Mexico, etc. If the person happened to be in the U.S., you go Spanish in the U.S. If happen to be in Mexico, you go Spanish in Mexico. The reason is because the product labeling, etc., is different. You cannot use the Spanish in the U.S. for the Spanish in Mexico.
Yeah, and if they're in Puerto Rico, it's actually, you go to the Español in Spanish. Let's just go quickly to the Español flag in English, actually in the United States. And when you go over there, the website changes to Spanish. Actually, it's taking a little while in here, but you get the idea. And yeah, you see, that's one of the things of living right next to the Everglades.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
For example, you see on the bar on the top, it says nuestra compañía, our company, producto, persona. You can. The last one is it's a videos.
In Spanish, it's the
Videos,
same.
yeah, it's a videos in Spanish. You see, you have the experience Isagenix. By the way, there are some videos like experience Isagenix. They are in subtitle in the Spanish. But there are other ones that are all Spanish, like, for example, the one that you see on the left side. Most of all the products are. Now, if you want to see more videos, because there are only 4 here, you can go to isamovie.com. Okay, here right now, isamovie.com. And then on the left side, it says, on the top left, it says select language. And you can select Spanish, and then you're going to see more videos than the one that you saw in the first in Spanish. There are a bunch of them.
Yeah. And also additionally, if you go to the YouTube channel of Isagenix, which is youtube.com, Isagenix, then you actually see the
you go down.
Down here you have actually the playlists and videos from Opportunity, products, Isagenix events, the Isabody Challenge, and if you keep on going down, you'll see the Spanish videos.
Yeah,
and here
you have also French, by the way, and Chinese,
yes.
etc.
Okay, so those are 3 ways of actually getting to some of the Spanish videos.
Yeah, and again, in your website, you change the language. The other one is going to iSamovie, and the other one is going to the YouTube channel of Isagenix, the youtube.com/Isagenix. That's simple. Really simple.
Fantastic.
And you can do for the other languages the same thing. If there's anybody asking for Chinese or French, the same thing. If the person happens to be outside the country, you just click in the appropriate flag. And if you don't see the flag, that means that we are not in that country. You don't have to ask anybody. As simple as that.
Great. Okay, so let's thank you, George. Let's go for the next question. Next question is, can I enroll somebody by phone? Where do I find the phone numbers to enroll a new prospect?
Yeah, so you can call directly into corporate and have them on the phone, and they'll take the order right through the phone. And it's on your website. You guys just contact customer service and call in and help them place an order, or if they want to call in themselves and place an order, just text them over the number, or link it to them however you want to. I have it. I think I memorized it though. 480-889-5777 or something like that. So you can go onto your website though, which would be best, and just look under where it says contact us, and then send them to Alex has the little phone details. Or was that for real? I thought that was a joke. And so you're able to just call in and do that.
Great. Hold on just.
Somebody was calling. I heard a number.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So Then let's just go quickly to the next question. And it's actually, let me just make sure, because we do have some questions that are coming in via text here. And George, you probably will be getting some yourself. So,
Yeah.
okay, this one is a great question. What do you say to a prospect when they ask you how much money do you make in Isagenix?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, one of the things is there are many ways. One of them is know your business. Don't do that, by the way. Don't say that. No, one of the things is say, I don't know, I'm still collecting. And the reason is because, and they say, what do you mean? Yeah, whatever I did yesterday, I'm going to be collecting for the rest of my life. And that's one. And the other one say, well, I just started, and the reason I'm talking to you is because I know you and I together can make a lot of money. And that's another way to respond. By the way, when you set yourself right, when you say, hey, the reason I'm talking to you is because I know you and I together can make a lot of money, it's rarely they're going to ask you how much money you are making. If they do, again, say, well, I'm just starting out, or I'm just starting to build the business, and the reason I'm talking to you is because I know you and I can make a lot of money together. And second, also, is that you have so much potential that you can make way more money than me. And many of the people are making tens of thousands per month.
Yeah, I use that one all the time too. I just, I think Unite Together could earn a fortune, just divert it, things like that. But you probably won't get asked that many questions about that right away, because you should put yourself more into kind of a plug and play mode when you first get started in your business, where you are taking videos, sending them to people, making connections, and getting them on the phone with somebody else, who hopefully is making some money, okay? And so, here's the thing I want to point out too. I think it's really weird that somehow in network marketing it became okay to ask people how much money they make, because this is a serious business. And when you're out there in traditional business world, do you ever sit down across from the person you're doing business with and say, oh, by the way, how much money do you make? No.
That's rude.
It's rude. Yeah, exactly. It's very rude. And so, if I was you, if I was brand new in this business, I would just let them know what your intentions are. Okay. So, if you're nervous and you're brand new, you're afraid to, share the business because you're afraid that people ask you how much money you're making or how much you're not making, just, tell them what your intentions are. Say, well, my goal is to da 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 da. My goal is to become an executive. I'd like to earn my first 5,000 by the end of the month. Are you in or are you out? Those kind of things. So let them know what you're doing, what your intentions are with the business, and don't get stuck on that. People ask you that kind of a thing, I almost laugh and I'm like, really? Like, how much money do you make? You know what I mean? So, don't worry about that. Just use the line that George said to use, where, well, the reason I'm talking to you is because I believe you and I together can earn a fortune. When you say that, they're not going to ask you, well, how much you're doing right now. They're going to be like, oh, he thinks together we'll be able to do this. And that's the best way to approach that, I think.
Great. Then let's see. Okay, here we have another question. Is, have you ever given product away to people to get them started to help you?
Well, the problem of doing that, yeah, I have done it. Yes, it has worked 99% of the time. It has not. Because when you give away for a person to try because you think that they don't have money, that's not a good idea. Now, it is different when you are giving a sample to somebody or a product for somebody to say, okay, try this and to see what you think. But when you are giving it away just for the heck of a person starting in the business, in most cases, it doesn't work. Because they have to have something invested on it in order to really be serious. And I don't know what the question is, if somebody, have started somebody by giving away the product, or you give away somebody a product to try the product. I don't know what exactly the question is, the meaning of the question. But again, if it's for somebody to try, yeah, sure, they can try. Now remember, we have those little sample boxes that you can buy in Isagenix, and they have 5 different products. Actually, you can tell the people, you can sell it to them for $10. Say, okay, here in $10, you can try 5 products, or you can give it away, depending on what you want. But I prefer to sell it because unless I'm talking to a person that's a networker that I know they think different, But most people, if they don't invest anything in what they are getting, they're not going to try.
Well,
I tried many times that.
yeah, and I have too. And I remember Jimmy Smith saying at one of the first conventions I ever went to, he said, gosh, if I could just give it away to everybody, I would. Okay, and he makes a lot of money in Isagenix. I'm pretty sure he could give away a lot of product, right? But he doesn't. He doesn't. He'll give it away sometimes, but in reality, you guys, he's just giving samples. Now let's talk about this for a second, because I think samples can be really powerful if you do it the right way. Like George said, you can say, well, here's a, you guys can buy in, $50 worth of the 5-piece sample packs or something. Always have 3 on hand and say, well, here's a sample pack. It's $10. Or you can say, when you purchase your first 30-day program, I'd love to throw in a free sample pack for you to share with somebody else. Things like that to help promote your business. Okay, so we are promoters in this industry, so let's think like a promoter would, and know your audience at the same time. The sample packs are great, right? The 5-piece, they come with a bar, a shake, some want more energy, things like that. Now, if you're at the gym, okay, if you're working out, what would be a good sample for that, do you think? The e-shots. You get a couple people, you give away a couple e-shots. Okay, there's 6 samples, there's 6 e-shots in a box. You give away 6 e-shots, a month. And follow up with those people? Yeah, you're in business. You're promoting your business. That's a good way to give samples out. Okay, how about this? How about you're in a spa or you're in a salon, okay? They have those Rejuvenity sample packs you guys can buy. Yeah, put your information on the back of those and hand those out. So there's the right way to give away product, and there's the wrong way to give away product. And honestly, it depends on the person. You might give somebody a whole 9-day program and they love it and they start telling everybody. You might give a different person the same 9-day program and they never even open the box. So just get the commitment.
Yeah, now you don't have to invest $100 in a sample. That's much. But like what she was saying, giving it the right weight is so important, because when you are talking to somebody, you have to make sure you commit them to try the sample. If you're giving the skincare, you say, okay, I have here a sample of skincare. It costs me money to get all this sample. I want to make sure that you are going to use it. If the person says, yes, for sure, okay, here's a sample. I call you later to see what you think about. Now, one of the things, the reason I don't give as many samples, maybe I like the e-shot, probably is the only one that I really do a lot, is because in general I'm talking about the business and the product, and rarely somebody, when you're talking business and product, is going to ask you for a sample. They want to know about the pay plan, they want to know how to make money, etc. And also our products, as I said, they have a 30-day money back guarantee. If they don't like, if they buy the whole product, if they don't like it, they return it. And the best way to use our products, and you know that, unless a person wants to know how the chocolate tastes or something like that, I don't know. But in general, I prefer to make sure I commit the person if I'm giving a sample, and second, make sure they understand that it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And when they order it, they don't like them, the products, they're going to get the money back. Even if they don't use anything. I have seen people that say the product didn't work for me, and when I see they have bottles that are sealed, that means that they never open it. By the way, that's funny. No, that's not funny, but that has happened.
I also want to just point out, when we're talking about samples and so on, is when you have people coming and visiting you at home, let them realize that Isagenix is all over your home. And, especially Thanksgiving would be a great opportunity. What Marlena and I do is we take some of the bars and just cut them into little pieces and put them around. And, here I'm going to have trouble mentioning the word hors d'oeuvres or whatever that's called. When right before we serve dinner or whatever, we have little fruit plates and veggies and dips and so on. And we do have some of the Isagenix products, and they are conversation starters. And in the guest room, we have all of the Rejuvenity products as well. So
yeah, you don't want people to come to your home, go to the bathroom, and they see that you have Mary Kay all over the place.
Yeah,
and or you have a slim fast as a shake. I have seen it, by the way. People that say they're building say what, but the other thing, what Alex is saying, is nice to have some sample. And now in Thanksgiving, now that you're talking about, it's nice to have the Isa Delights, but don't give them before dinner. If not, they're not going to eat. You're going to have a lot of leftovers. Has to be after dinner.
Okay, great. Let's see. Here we have another question. When we talk about getting your products paid for, is that for the first month or every month? What level do you need to be to get products paid for every month?
Well, you don't need any level because good example. If you sponsor two people with the pay setter or the pressing pack every month, you're already paying for the products, and eventually, when you have a downline that you have an organization, independent how much is your auto ship. But if you have 1,800 points in line in volume coming through your two legs every month, then also you are getting paid for your products for. But anyway, it depends again. But again, you can have it the first week, the first month. I mean, you sponsor two people, and then they sponsor two. You pay for your whole kit if you started with the President Pack. If you get $120, or you can have two people every month that you sponsor until you get the people, the volumes coming in, that people are ordering every night. I mean, every week, every month.
Yeah, and so for me, when we talk about getting the products paid for, you guys, those initial bonuses, the product introductory bonuses, rank advancing from consultant to manager to director to executive, those are all ways that you get your products paid for. I mean, I just did this with my girlfriend the other day. I mean, she's been in for a couple months. You know, she made like around, you know, $400, $500, $600 her first 2 weeks of actually doing the business and helping people get started just on those product introductory bonuses. And then she called me and she goes, you know what? I feel like I'm slowing down or something. I haven't been sending as many videos or planting as many seeds. And I said, well, what do you want to do? And she goes, well, I just need some cash. And I said, okay, well, so what do you want to do? And she's like, well, let me call and let's get some orders placed. I said, great, let's do that. So she did a President's Pack in a 30 days. She doubled her bonuses. Okay, so she got, because she did it in the same week. So, you know, she made, what is that? 160 plus, 110. Yeah, 210 bucks. Do I think that would pay for an auto ship? So you guys do the math yourself. Like sit down and be like, okay, in order for me to get my products paid for this month, I'd at least have to sell, or I don't like to use the word sell, but at least have to, you know, get two people started with, you know, the President's Pack, or, you know, if I did it in the same week, I'd double my bonuses. You guys take advantage of those double bonuses when it comes to helping people see how to get their products paid for. I wouldn't get too, and I hear this question occasionally where people are like, well, how much volume do I really need? Which tells me, you know, a couple things. One, you've probably had some networking experience. Two, you think that all of your income is based on just that volume when you first get started, and it's not. The majority of your income is going to come from rank advancing and getting people started and the double PIBs, even though you're still cycling and you're still making a team commission, okay? You need to rely on those double bonuses and the payouts, the beginning payouts.
Yeah, and that's at the beginning. One of the ingenious things, and really call very quick, that Isagenix did, they have a lot of money up front. This is what you are building, your residual income. That's the one that's going to not only pay for your products, but one day it's going to pay for your car, for your home, for your traveling, for your luxuries when you start getting into the 3-star, 4-star, 5-star golden circle. But the 5-star bonuses get you really quick paying for the products. And then they have the middle bonuses that are like full bonuses that start increasing that while you are building the residual. But getting to the product paid for is really simple. Again, you just make sure you are promoting Isagenix, and you can have it paid for from the first month that you join really quick. And I did that, and Alex did the same thing, and Adrianne did the same thing. I don't think I have ever, I don't think, no, I have never paid for my products. Always I come from my commissions. Of course, it's my money, but always have come from my commissions, even in my first month. And I recovered my initial investment in less than 4 weeks.
Yeah. And if you guys are leading with the President's Pack, what I mean by know the numbers too is when somebody says to you, oh, hey, John, how do I get my products paid for or whatever, you know, you're going to write that out for him, write out the consultant triangle and say, you know, you come in with the President's Pack, you get one on the left, one on the right, Bill and Jenny or whatever, you know, with the President's Pack, you make $370, you make half your kit back. And then don't you think that Bill and Jenny are going to want their $370 back? Absolutely. Okay, so let's help Bill and Jenny get there too the following week. Okay, you're going to make a total of $820. Your kit's been paid for, all right? And you know you made $100 up each person. Now you guys know that every single time you enroll somebody, you personally enroll someone and help them get there too, up to your first 20 consultants, the company pays you $100 for each one. So there's a lot. That's $2,000. You know, I mean, how many of you guys are plugging away really? I mean, if you're ready, if you've hit executive already, then great. Go teach some other people how to do it. Go teach them how to get their products paid for that way. Show them how to rank advanced. Show them what that means in dollars.
Yeah, we have so many bonuses that there is no way that a person can not pay for the products if they are talking. And by the way, as somebody said, when you are talking, make sure you are directing people to a tool or you're giving a tool away. Alex, anything else? Yeah, because we spent a
Actually,
little
I
time on
just
this
want
one,
to.
but I think this is very important. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing, with the double PIBs, the product introduction bonuses. The other day I was talking to one of my associates, and trying, we're talking about actually the iPads, the new iPads, and he basically said, you know what, my goal for this week is to make enough to purchase one of the iPads. And he was looking for the mini Retina, which is only $299. Said all I need to do is to get in two people with the President's Pack this week, and that's it. And
Yeah, it's so cool.
started.
For example,
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
week I sponsored somebody with a President Pack on Tuesday, this past week, and Wednesday somebody with the pace setter. And I have, the cool thing, the President Pack, the following day, I forgot sometimes about that because I don't look at my checking account all the time, but I was looking, wow, I have a deposit for $80, and then on Friday I have one for $50, 130, but because I did it in the same week, guess what? In my next check, the other 80 and the other
They
50 are
double.
coming up. That means that
Yeah.
was 160 plus 100, how much is that? $260. I need only $39 more for an iPad.
That's right. You already have one, George.
Well, I have one already, yeah.
But hey, think that way for a car payment, $300 a month. Two President's Packs in 1 week, once a month, and it's paid for.
Yeah,
So
for my
there's
Mercedes,
a
I
lot
need
of.
more than one person.
And by the way, just by thinking that way, the rest of the residual income actually starts coming in on its own, because if you consistently and persistently keep on building and keep on adding people to your team and teaching people how to add people to your team, the residual income will come by itself. Okay,
That's right.
so let's see. Okay, we have one more question here. And as a reminder, we're running out of questions. So as a reminder, just if you want your question answered, just go to the GoToWebinar control panel at the top right of your screen and go to the questions chat box and enter it there. Okay, here's this question is, does someone have to be at a certain level in the business to start sponsoring internationally? Also, are there any rules or requirements to follow for international sponsoring someplace in the back office?
Yeah, there's plenty of information. There's even information on the isafyi.com site. No, you don't have to be at any, rank or anything like that to be an international market. You just go in and I think you still have to purchase an international membership.
Yeah,
I think it's for the Asian market especially too. I think it's $49 to have an international membership, and then you can start sponsoring away. Get on. You guys should do webinars.
That's
When
great.
you meet people on Facebook, oh, George is getting mad because he really wants to talk about this. I just talked to one of my new associates tonight, John Payton, out of Las Vegas, who, by the way, is building a phenomenal organization. I could not be more proud of him. And, he said, Adrianne, I want to give my people who are out of town more support. And he said, what do you think about a webinar? And I said, let's do it. Because that's the best way to give those people support, you guys, is to be able to do that. Now, internationally, of course, it's going to get a little trickier with time zones and things like that, but it can be done, and it should be done that way. I think that's a great way to do it. Okay, George, here.
Now, something I was going to say about international market, for example, the North America region that includes Mexico and Canada, you don't need to have a $49 or anything like that. You can sponsor people right now. And then this is for the Asian market. That includes, by the way, Australia and New Zealand, that you have the $49. But then from that point on, you can sponsor people anyway. Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot sponsor somebody if you don't have the international $49. It's just that you don't receive a commission for that person. You better get the $49, get in, and then you get commission. And then let me tell you why. Even if you have a small organization, if you don't have the international and somebody in your group knows people that support in Australia, New Zealand, and the volumes that accumulate there, they are not going to count to you if you don't have that license. I call it license actually, is at $49. It's why I have it, and it's really simple. You're starting
Great.
out. If you're planning to talk to people internationally, it's important that you have it. And by the way, then what I was saying, just support webinars are a great way to support people international. There are many systems that are simple to use. Any other questions?
Yeah, a very simple question. What's the best way to do a home meeting?
The home launch, I didn't
party.
better say it, because when I say home launch party meeting, many people say, what do you mean? Do you have a launch in the house? No, launching. The launch kit. It's really simple. Just follow the instructions, and then you personalize to your individual needs, but it's really simple.
Yeah, you guys, the most important thing with doing an in-home presentation is having a launch party kit in your house, following every instruction that's on there. Look, he's going to Sound Concepts right now. IsaSellsTools.com is where you purchase this, okay? It gives you every detail, and I mean every detail, okay? You stick the DVD in. Like I said, again, this is a plug-and-play business. You guys don't need to know everything. The minute you think you need to know everything, you've stopped yourself right in your tracks, because that's not what this is about. You should go in, okay, purchase, specific materials. If you want to do an in-home kit, here's the launch party kit. It comes with the DVD, the ISA product catalogs, okay, Transform Lives brochures, so you can pass them around. A Prosper magazine. You guys, what's most important to me out of this kit is the DVD, the enrollment pads, and the product trading sheet pad, and to have a few catalogs out so people can go, oh, you have so many products, right? Without you having to go into detail about every single one of them. So, share your story. That's important, and I talk about that in the DVD. And what I would say is even more important than anything is making sure that you guys end with your vision, what your intention is for your team, why you're doing Isagenix, in other words. You see yourself going where? You see Isagenix doing for what for you in your life and for them in their lives. You've got to give them permission to dream with you for a moment that maybe this business could work for all of you if you did it together. Because you'll never do this business alone. You have to have a team of people to work with. Why do you think we push you guys to get to executive as soon as possible? It's so you have leadership to work with. We don't need you guys to just plug and play and put in orders. We need you guys to get people committed to your vision of what you're doing. So to me, doing the launch party kit is the biggest part of it. It's step by step. It's really simple to use, okay? And then make sure that you share again with them where you see Isagenix taking you in your life. Do you see it retiring you? Do you see it retiring your husband? Do you guys, see yourself being able to start paying for your car payment, your house payment, going on vacations a couple times a year with that holiday bonus? I'm telling you what, I am more pumped up about that holiday bonus than anything, because it is coming. It's right around the corner. So, stuff like that. Those are the kind of things that you want to share with people when they're sitting in your house. Being in somebody's home is such an intimate experience that you really have that opportunity to go, hey, this is where my wife and I are at. The reason we've chosen to be a part of Isagenix is because we want to elevate our lives. And we see Isagenix doing that for us. What do you guys see Isagenix doing for you in your life? And get some questions. Really, really get down with them. If you just have people coming over to your house and you're not actually, individually talking to each one of them and getting to know what they need and what they want, you're not completing the process. You got to make sure the whole story gets told and that you know how to properly guide them. So if your friends come over to your house and they say, gosh, we loved everything we just saw, I just don't know if we can afford this, then, what you're going to say is, oh, okay. What you're going to say is, basically, you're gonna find out what they need, and you're gonna say, I really feel like that was a great question, because that's why I'm sharing with you the business opportunity, right? Because I know what it feels like to be in your same situation, or I have known what it's felt like, or I know people who are in your same situation that are making money in this business. Let me share some stories with you. So things like that.
Great. Okay, so another question here, and by the way, we're already at the top of the hour, so we're getting near the end of our roundtable here. So put in your questions quickly. Let's see. We have here, this question is actually, has U plus two and them plus two worked for your team?
Yes. Next question. Just kidding. I'm just
I
teasing.
guess you can
Yes, yes,
elaborate a
you
little.
guys, it's there for a reason, right? You plus two, them plus two. My whole team knows it. I make them say it. At the end of meetings, you guys, I make people say, how do we start to get our products paid for? You plus two and them plus two. I make people put it in their head. It's just an acronym. It's just like anything else. Get people started on the idea that when they do this, you plus two, them plus two, and I show them what that means. In a presentation, I always have a whiteboard out if I'm one-on-one or in an in-home, okay, or even on um, webinars. I have examples of it in the PowerPoint. You plus two, them plus two. I mean, it's so powerful. I show them, I say, this is what happens. Sometimes I'll do it with a couple different scenarios. If you enroll today with the President's Pack, you plus two, them plus two, $820. Okay, if you enroll today with the 30-day system and you continue to talk about that 30-day system, okay, and then I show them what that means financially for them. And and it works. It absolutely works. You plus two, them plus two.
Okay, and by the way, just a quick follow-up on how to do, that launch party, a home party. Actually, if you go to isagenixbusiness.com, it takes you to this page here, and if you look at the videos down at the bottom, and let me see if I can make this bigger. You will see a video how to do a launch party. And again, I sound like George with this launch party. And here it will basically give you instructions. It's a short 8-minute video that will actually guide you through the whole process from setting up to the invitation and the presentation. Okay, one more question here, and this one has to do, let's see. Do you have any input on the new changes regarding the My Isagenix back office?
Yes, they're not ready yet. That's what I can
I'm
tell you.
wondering if it has to do with the announcement on the 25th.
I don't know. We will find out at the 25th of November at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, if it has anything, and that's one of the things that I really I'm looking forward to. I built a lot long distance, and my Isagenix has helped me quite a bit in the past, and I'm really looking forward to those changes. And we have maybe time just for one more question. And okay, well, this question, I'm not good at talking to people. What is the best way to proceed?
Yeah, use the tools. Okay, you don't have to be great at talking to people. I think you just have to understand kind of what people want by asking questions. There was a book that was written a while ago, and I think they still sell it in some concepts. I'm not sure, but it's called "The Magic of Asking the Right Questions." Also, using George's scripts that he's posted on the BDP site. Um, scripts for networkers, scripts for stay-at-home moms, scripts for college students, things like that. You guys go in there, learn how to talk to people. This is something that in this business, like that would be such a huge thing, because the biggest part of building a network marketing business is developing yourself. Your business can only grow to the extent that you're willing to grow yourself, and so what you need to do is make sure that you're always learning and developing those skills. And yeah, it's not necessary to learn how to talk to people, but don't you think it'd be a good idea if it's an obstacle for you? Don't you think it'd be a good idea for you to plug into some of those tools and to go buy some books on that? You guys, I'm telling you, you can do anything. Just stick a book in your car while you're out and about, or if you're a stay-at-home mom or whatever, just download it on your phone or something and put a headset in and learn the things that you want to do. It's like I did a webinar on this the other day too, like your brain, that's the way that it works. Okay, you should be able to input information, and over a period of time, right, it's just like listening to a brand new song over and over again, you start to remember it. So go through, start using the scripts. Use the tools, let the tools do the talking, and you be the person that follows up. And, like I said, again, plug and play business. So even if you don't know, if you don't think you're, a great talker or a fancy talker or things like that, then rely on the people in your organization that are. Okay. And I guarantee there's nobody who's a bad talker who doesn't know how to talk to people very well. It's just a confidence thing. And, let's go into that for a second, because, every single skill that, a professional network marketer possesses has been learned. They didn't grow up professional network marketers. I mean, they learned these skills. They studied and researched the industry, and they input them in their mind. And, that's what they did. And, really, honestly, 30 minutes a day should be dedicated to personal development time of yourself, of the skills that you want to acquire, the things that you want to be better at, And when you do that, when you take that time for yourself to, read a book on, network marketing like The Go Pro by Eric Worre, or, 17 Secrets of Master Prospectors by John Kalent, books like that, you guys, how to oh, come on, Alex, help me out here. How to win friends and influence people. What's it called? How to
You know what? You're asking somebody how to make friends and influence people, I guess.
Yes, yeah,
That's
exactly. Things like that. Those are all huge things. If you wanted to stay in this business and you never quit, you're going to learn how to be a really good talker. It's kind of a sink or swim kind of thing, okay? And not a smooth talker, not a salesy person, not anything like that, but really listening and being able to draw out conversation in somebody by listening to them. That's what it is. It's not trying to sell people, or, like I said, again, the smooth talker. I hate when people say that. Gosh, I have not done my job if somebody's like, well, I don't think I can talk as well as you do on the phone. I'm like, are you kidding me? I learned all this because for the past, 5 years, I've been using the Isagenix tools. I've been learning how to talk about the products because I've been sharing the products and the business tools around it. I've been learning how to talk about the business because I go to every single event. I do not miss events. My business would die if I missed an event. I'm not kidding. Like, you have to go to events, you guys. You have to learn how to be a leader in this business. So all of that, coming to events, that's, again, that's development. That's your development for your business, things like that.
and
Rely
before
on the
we
tools, in other words.
before we end, I just want to mention on this particular question, about not being able to talk well, several times, and it's more than 5, 6, 7 times actually that I have made a three-way call with someone, and after that three-way call, people say, "Listen, I didn't understand half what he said, but his enthusiasm sold me, so I'm in." And that someone happened to be George.
There you
So,
go.
and they were Spanish calls, were they, George? No. Actually, look, it doesn't matter whether you speak well or not. Using the tools consistently and persistently, and teaching people to do the same, it's going to get you a long ways. And remember, the best way to build this business is by taking action, by doing something. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You cannot say the right thing to a wrong person. So you have to talk to a
Right.
lot of people. So again, then I want to thank all of you for joining, and thank you, Adrian and George, for this roundtable today. And we look forward then. I don't know if you guys have any final thoughts.
I'm just really excited about what's happening right now in the business. And like I said, I'm really excited about the holiday bonus because if it's helping me, I mean, I know who that extra cash right now during the holiday season would help out. I mean, it's exciting. Do you know what I'm saying? So there, you guys just start sharing anything that excites you about the Isagenix system. If you start with the product, great. If you start with the business, great. We always say lead with the business, but in reality, the products are what people use every single month. So teach them by sharing the tools, how to use the products, how to be a better product user. Teach them how to put more products in their back office, and what products are real staples. The Shake, the Ionics, the the product be, things like that. So, kind of just show them and guide people, and that's really what you need to do. And that, my biggest thing is I just want everyone to remember that this is a very simple business. The hardest part is, getting the guts to go out there and share it every single day, day in and day out, because the information doesn't change that much, you guys. It's the same opportunity, and it's even better now than it was, 10 years ago or 11 years ago when I first got started. It's better now. And so, let people know that. Let people know what you have. Share the whole story. Doing a presentation is making sure the whole story gets told, from the products to the business to what you see yourself doing with Isagenix. And that's what will change it, is just doing that day in and day out, you guys, a little bit every single day.
Well, very well said, Adrian. So then again, thank you so much to all of you, and look forward to seeing you next week. Good night, everyone.